episode of the Sharpe Reality Live. I've been chomping at the bit to do a live show since I started this thing back in October, and my schedule finally settled down for me. It's settled down enough for me to be able to do it, so I'm very excited to finally get this opportunity to broadcast the first of many live episodes. I'm a little under the weather today, so my voice isn't quite at 100%, so bear with me as I push through this. I drank some tea with some honey and lemon, so hopefully my voice holds up. Now, if you want to listen online, go to blogtalkradio.com/The Sharpe Reality, or you can call 657-383-1562 to listen through your phone if you want to save your data. If you want to talk to us live, you can dial that same number. Press 1 to let me know, and I'll put you through. So again, call 657-383-1562 to listen through your phone, and press the number 1 on your keypad to talk to me and my special guest live on the air. You can follow me on Twitter at Donovan_Sharpe. You can find all episodes of The Sharpe Reality at thesharpereality.com, my YouTube channel, and iTunes. Be sure to check out my weekly column at returnofkings.com, where I've written about all things Red Pill since 2014. This episode of the Sharpe Reality Live is brought to you by RedPillSports.com, the internet's very first and only Red Pill Sports podcast. If you're a sports fan and are sick and tired of feminism corrupting college and professional sports, visit RedPillSports.com, where hosts Dottore and Donovan, myself, give their honest-to-goodness, no-bullshit opinions on the way feminism is attacking and vilifying masculinity on and off the playing field. You can also follow them on Twitter at RedPillSports and find additional content on YouTube. Just do a quick search for Dottore and Donovan. RedPillSports.com, your home for the fight against feminism in sports. Now, before I bring on my guest, I'm going to take a few minutes to tell you guys what to expect from the Sharpe Reality Live moving forward. First off, obviously I'm going to talk red pill topics. I'm going to talk about girls, game, fitness, finances, and everything in between that helps us improve as men. I'm not a fitness expert. I'm certainly not a financial expert. But I've been around the block a few times, and I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried and failed. I've been through a lot of trial and error. And I'll give you personal stories in terms of what has worked and what hasn't. That's the first thing I'm going to bring to you. The second thing I'm going to bring to you, I'm not going to bring to you theories. I'm not going to bring to you bullshit theories on what might work. I want to give you guys actionable advice on how to improve yourself. That's why this is called the Sharpe Reality, not the Sharpe Theory, not the Sharpe Test Drive. I'll give personal anecdotes and stories as well as stories from friends and so forth. The next thing I like to bring you are guests. I'd like to bring you guys red pill aware men. I've got a long list of guests that I like to bring you guys live. For example, my guest today is Illimitable Man. I've got Quintus Curtius, senior writer over at Return of Kings, for next week's show. So I've got a lot of good content, a lot of good guests for you guys here in the coming weeks and months. Obviously, the show will evolve as time goes on because you guys drive the bus. Whatever it is you guys want to know about, whatever it is you guys want to talk about, just go to thesharpereality.com, go to the contact tab, and just drop me a line. Just let me know how we're doing. Let me know if there's anything you want to address, if you have any questions for the show, and I've already gotten a few as it is. Again, go to thesharpereality.com and go to the contact tab. Please, forgive me, for my voice, a little bit under the weather, but I'm going to push through this thing and get this thing done. So, without further ado, my guest today is easily one of the most brilliant red pill writers on the web, and I'm not exaggerating or blowing smoke here, guys. The way this guy breaks down red pill topics is unlike anything I've ever read or seen. There are a few that come close, but for my money, this guy is head and shoulders above anybody out there, and that's the reason why I wanted him as my very first guest here on the Sharpe Reality Live. I'm talking, of course, about Illimitable Man of IllimitableMen.com. You can follow him on Twitter at Illimitable Man, and of course, you can find all of his work on IllimitableMen.com. How you doing, man?
I'm doing brilliant. Thanks for having me on your show. As your very first guest, it's an honor and a privilege.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. You've always been a red pill favorite of mine. Back when I first discovered the red pill, your website was one of the first that I'd always faithfully refresh as time goes on. And it's funny because I'd go on day after day, refreshing the page, and I'd be like, God damn, like, why doesn't this guy fucking write more? I need to write to this guy. I want more stuff. But over the years, you have certainly provided me with plenty of concepts, plenty of game techniques, plenty of game mindsets that I use even today. So again, man to man, I definitely appreciate what you've done for my life, what you've done for the life of my listeners, and all of those out there in the red pill manosphere. So definitely thank you for that.
It's very humbling to have that much of an impact on the lives of men out there. Like when I create things, or when I write, it's very selfish. I write it because I need to get it off my chest, and then men send me emails, and they say to me, oh, I really like that. That was really helpful to me. Thank you so much. And I think, well, I was being a selfish fucking asshole. Like,
aren't we all?
Right, we're all fucking selfish assholes, right? And I thought, I wrote that because it was bothering me, and you're talking to me like I was specifically going out of my way to help you, and yet it's really humbling. When I write things, I'm literally just doing it to get it off my chest, and people email me and they say, oh, thank you ever so much. I've taken your advice and your knowledge and I've applied it in my own life, and it's really helped me. And you know what? You can't buy that. If you're not actually helping people with what you do and what you say and what you write, then you're not helping people. So if you are helping people with what you do and what you write, then there's a lot of value in what you're doing, and that's invaluable. You could spend $1 million and not achieve that. Or I just say what's in my heart and on my mind, and I put it out there, and I have more impact than I realize. It's not until people tell me they're thankful for what I've done that I actually fucking realize it. Until that point, I'm just like, yeah, you just ranted a little bit on your blog.
You're listening to the Sharpe Reality Live with Donovan Sharpe, with special guest here, Illimitable Man of IllimitableMan.com. He can be found on Twitter at Illimitable Man, and you can find all of his writing on IllimitableMan.com. Let me ask you, and this is sort of a question that a lot of people ask myself. How did you first find the red pill? When was that aha moment in time that let you know, hey, you know what, shit is fucked up right now? Between shit, you know what I mean? Like, we all have that aha moment. Oh my God, like, things are not what we thought. When was that moment for you?
All right. So basically, I was in a long term, I wasn't naturally a player. That was not my instinct. I had a long term relationship at a young age. So for 6 years, I was in a long-term relationship, right, with a girl that I really fucking loved. Even in my blue pill days, I could not be with a dumb bitch. It just wouldn't work. So she was kind of smart. You think, ooh, I think if the girl's smart, then oh well, she's more reliable. No. I've got to emphasize that. No. She could have a freaking PhD and an IQ of fucking 200, which she doesn't. But if she did, it wouldn't matter. A girl is still a girl. Doesn't matter how smart she is. Her intelligence does not change the constitution of femininity. It's not affected by intelligence. Men have a tendency to think, if I find a smart girl, she'll be different. No. Just no. Right? My first love was IQ tested as having an IQ of 160, which is incredibly smart. Incredibly smart, right? Right? And you think, oh, someone's got an IQ of 160, they're fucking intricate and rigorous and very logical. No. She would still be an emotional motherfucker who doesn't give a shit about the logical points I have to say and thinks I'm boring because I'm trying to be reasonable. Right?
Right. And listen, this is one thing I say all the time, and we're all guilty of this, is you can't reason with a woman when she's in an emotional state. Even when she's not in an overtly emotional state, women don't respond well to reason. They are emotional creatures, we're logical creatures, and trying to explain to her trying to explain things to her in a way that makes sense is like trying to nail Jello to a tree. It's just not going to happen.
How I see it, it's like a value system, right? So, a very smart woman can understand logic. Like my first love, who with a 160 IQ, she actually studied philosophy, all right? And philosophy is a very intricately logical field. However, women do not value logic, irrespective of their intelligence level. They don't value it. They don't care about it. It means nothing. It doesn't impact them in their minds. They just don't care. They ascribe more value to the sharing of emotional experience, and that's a big red pill in and of itself. If a woman, how do I put it? If a woman's really smart, and you say some logical shit to her because you think, hey, she's smart, she can take it, she still doesn't care. And something, she doesn't care. She thinks she's like, what's this fucking guy? This guy saying all this shit. Oh, he's like some fucking, he like works for NASA and he's a fucking nerd. Like, yeah, and you think, well, hang on, bitch, you have an IQ of 160. Shouldn't you be on my level? No.
No.
Those are the gender.
She's still a woman.
Women don't. Yes, that is my emphasis this whole time. It doesn't matter how smart she is. She doesn't care. It's all about the emotions.
I agree with you. And again, listen, girls are girls no matter how, quote, smart she is. Yes, there are women out there who have a high level of intelligence. Yes, there are women out there who have agency outside of the way they look. But at the end of the day, their biological hard drive is exactly what it is. They're always going to default to being a woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. We can't expect women not to be women in any and all circumstances. And so the onus is on men.
You're going. No, I don't know.
Right. And so the onus is on men to make sure that we understand, and I'm as guilty of this as anybody. Like, I'll be talking to a woman and I'll try to reason with her and I'll try to logic with her.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it's just not getting through. And I'm pounding the walls and I'm yelling and I'm banging my head against the window. I mean, that's not her fault. She's a woman. She can't be expected to understand what I understand.
That you're right, and I remember this with my first love. So the reason I emphasize the fact it was my first love is because when it's your first love, you're not, because when you speak the truth and when you say it how it is, people say you're bitter, and what they mean by that is that you're wrong about what you're saying because you've experienced something negative. Well, let me tell the listeners listening right now, you will have a negative experience in your life at some point. Whether you've had one this second, or if you have it in 1 year or 2 years or 6 months or 5 years or whenever it is, you will have a negative experience. And once you've had that initial negative experience, you will know I'm right. People who disagree are just inexperienced. That is the truth of it.
I agree. And it's so funny how much, believe it or not, I get more hate mail from men than I get hate mail from women. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm sure you do. One of my pet peeves. Here's the thing: women can't be trusted to their own devices. They're fucked up creatures. They're weird and wonderful and fantastic and fucked up all at the same time. That's not their fault. That's how they are. But when a man comes at me and says, "Oh, you're an asshole. You don't know what you're talking about," or if a man tries to defend the honor of some super slut, especially in public, it makes me want to break his fucking face, because he thinks by helping her, he's going to be more attractive to her. Dude, all she's doing is using you to protect her at that very moment. Don't think for 1 second that she won't throw your ass under a bus or in front of a bullet to save her own skin, and won't give two shits about what happens to you in the aftermath every time.
Yeah. See, to people who have no experience, you sound like a bitter, shit-talking motherfucker. But as a man with experience, speaking to you as another man with experience, I know you are speaking from your heart and you are being real, right? She won't just throw your fucking ass under a bus. She'll throw your ass under a fucking tank.
She sure as hell will.
I know I have a ridiculous laugh, but I swear, I fucking...
Hey, look, so do I, man. It's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Sharpe Reality Live with Donovan Sharpe and special guest, Illimitable Man of IllimitableMan.com. Again, he can be found on Twitter at Illimitable Man. You can find all of his writing on IllimitableMan.com. To talk to us live on the air, dial 657 383-1562 and press 1. You can also submit your questions at thesharpereality.com under the contact tab. If you want to just listen through your phone and save data, just dial in and listen. You can also find the stream live on blogtalkradio.com/thesharpereality. Let's go to the phone lines to area code 646. Area code 646, you are now on with Donovan Sharpe and Illimitable Man. What is your question or comment?
Hello?
Yeah,
hello.
Area code 646. What you got for us?
Okay, I wanted to ask, Illimitable Man knows a lot about the Dark Triad, and, like, how did you, I want to ask, how did you find out about, because everything you find on, like, not even, like, nonsense Wikipedia, but, like, academic articles, they're all nonsense. So how did you, like, get the knowledge that you could pass on? Like, how did you find out about it?
Right, do you want me to I will give you a very simple answer. One of my closest friends is a psychopath.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Right. I'll give you a mini story. So, about 8 years ago, I was at my psychopath friend's house. I didn't know he was a psychopath at the time. He was just a friend to me, right? But in retrospectively, I know that's what he is. So I was at his house at New Year's. It was him, I, and a friend of mine. And his friend and I took his duvet, and we took it. Dude, England is a cold fucking country. Really, like, it gets fucking cold there, right? So we took his duvet, and we were downstairs at his duvet. And we're like his two closest friends, and he just comes downstairs, he takes our duvet, and he fucks off upstairs. And he takes the duvet from us, and he goes off upstairs. And then the next day, we're like, how take the duvet from us, dude? Because we were fucking shivering after he took the duvet from us. And he was like, I don't care. I swear to you, that was the first thing he told us, right? And then, I mean, I don't talk to him anymore, but from about 2 years after, that was like the introduction, right? And from 2 years after that, I met with him many times. And I thought, there's something fucking weird and off and wrong about this man. He seems to have different mannerisms and a distinct lack of empathy that is not typical of the average human being. And based upon that, I began to draw inferences and write my articles. So people wonder if I'm a psychopath myself. The answer to that is no. However, I am less empathetic than the average human being, and therefore I was able to befriend a psychopath, and I was then able to draw these inferences, and that's why my content, if you go further back, maybe 2013, 2014, maybe early 2015, was as innovative and non-derivative as it is.
Okay, you're listening to the Sharpe Reality.
You still on there? I can't hear him.
Right now? Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally muted myself. Gentlemen, you're listening to the Sharpe Reality Live. I'm a little new at this, so I'll have to learn as I go. Gentlemen, again, you're listening to the Sharpe Reality Live with Donovan Sharpe and special guest here, Illimitable Man of IllimitableMan.com. Again, talk to us live on air. Just dial 657-383-1562. Press the number 1 to let me know that you want to go live on air. You can also submit your questions on the SharpeReality.com. Just go to the contact tab. And I've got a couple of listener questions here. This one is for you, I am. Brad in Pennsylvania asks, hey guys, my girlfriend is pressuring me to move in with her. I have my own place, but I like my freedom. Yeah, you got me finished. How can I keep both without losing either? I'm going to let you go first because I know that you certainly want to weigh in on this. What is your advice to Brad in Pennsylvania?
Wait, hang on. Before I give Brad in Pennsylvania my opinion, so let me get this straight. He wants his girlfriend to move in with him, right? I got that part. What was the other part?
He says he's got a place of his own, but he likes his freedom. So basically what he's asking us is he wants to keep his girlfriend and his place of dwelling without losing either. In other words, he wants to have his cake and eat it too, which men are perfectly capable of doing, and he wants to know how to do that.
Yeah. And right, so if I read between the lines, Brad is more successful than the average human being and has his own property, which he lives in by himself. And he has a girlfriend. And his girlfriend wants to move in to where he lives. She's probably some fucking poor bitch, lives with her fucking parents or something.
Exactly.
And she's
it probably is. Listen, girls never want to move in with guys unless the guy has higher status than she does. It's that simple.
Yeah, very true. So she wants to move into his place, and so his question is, how can I not move in with her and continue fucking her? That's basically his question. Right?
That's exactly what it is.
Right. So he, in my opinion, he needs to demonstrate abundance to her. So he needs to say, look, there are other women in this world right now who will have sex with me and do not require me to be their landlord who charges them no rent. So if you want the privilege of continuing to know me, by all means, I do not object to that. However, if you say to me, I don't want to keep having sex with you or whatever, unless you let me move in. Brad in Pennsylvania, if your bitch ultimatumed you and she says to you, I don't want to live with you, no, if she says, I don't want to have sex with you unless you let me live with you, that's a red flag. Kick that bitch to the curb. You have your own place, Brad. You're killing it in life. You can do well. You can replace her. I know you probably have some emotional attachment to her, but don't let her fuck with you like that, dude. You can do better.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And the key word there is abundance. And a standard game tenet for and thank you, Brad, for your question. A standard tenet in even basic red pill game is abundance mentality. In other words, you have to be ready to walk away at any time for any reason. So if she gives you an ultimatum, Brad, like, hey, we either move in or we're done, guess what? Hey, say ta-ta. You know what? It's been real. I liked fucking you. You know, if you ever want to get laid, you know where to find me, and then just disappear off the face of the fucking earth. That's exactly how that works. So Brad, good luck with your situation. My advice to you personally, If she gives you an ultimatum, then say see you later. The way to keep both without losing either is not to let her move in, because as soon as you let her move in, all of your freedom goes out the door. She always knows where you're at, so you can't exercise abundance mentality or apply dread game as necessary. And if you can't apply dread game, or if she thinks you're not going anywhere, then she's going to lose attraction for you, and eventually she'll be fucking somebody else and asking them to move in. That's just how it goes. We got another caller on the line here. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ian. Go ahead. You were saying?
I just want to address the Brad thing as like a conclusion. If she's saying, let me move in or I will leave you, let her leave you. Let her leave you.
Right.
She's not the only vagina in the world. Okay? Don't like, you may really like fucking her. You may really like how she looks, and you may have some emotional attachment to her. But if she is forcing you into a decision, she is manipulating you. You don't realize that because you fucking really like her, or dare I say love her. But Brad, don't let that happen to you.
The L word.
Mm-hmm. That's all I've got to say.
Good stuff. Gentlemen, you're listening to the Sharpe Reality Live with Donovan Sharpe and special guest Illimitable Man of IllimitableMan.com. To talk to us live on air, dial 657-383-1562 and press 1. Let's go back to the phone lines here with area code 617. Area code 617, you are now live on the Sharpe Reality Live with Donovan Sharpe and Illimitable Man. What is your question? Hello, area code 617. Are you with us? Okay, so area code 617. Okay, area code 617 has a case of the heebie-jeebies. I don't know, maybe he's getting a blowjob and we came in too early. Let's go to area code 912. Area code 912, you are on the air live with Donovan Sharpe and special guest Illimitable Man. Area code 912, are you still with us?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, yes. Area code 912, you're live on the air with Donovan Sharpe and Illimitable Man. What you got for us?
What's going on, Donovan?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Man. I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Anyways, man, I was just listening. Shoot.
Okay. How do you like the show so far? How's it going with you?
Oh, I just called in like 5 minutes ago, so I just caught the last little voice calling for Brad. And, yeah, I mean, I don't agree with you guys anymore because, I mean, you know, a woman is a woman, you know. And like you said, you know, you move in with them and then, I mean, it's funny how
woman. People think, you know what people think? If women are smart, they're different. They're not. Women, I said live on air to thousands of people. My first girlfriend had an IQ of 160. She was still a fucking woman. Doesn't mean anything. Women are women. That's what I really want to nail home. Don't think she's different because she's smart. She's still a woman. Women are women.
Right. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
We are live on air with special guest. Yeah, we're live on air with special guest Illimitable Man of IllimitableMan.com here on the Sharpe Reality Live. Let me ask you something here, and this is something I've wanted to ask you for a while. What made you start your own site? What made you want to put your thoughts on paper, on the web, if you will, and sort of get your concepts, get these things off your chest? What was the motivation behind starting IllimitableMan.com?
It's quite simple, really. I was a forum poster. I still am. I don't post as much as I used to, regrettably. However, when I began my site, I was a very heavy poster over at the Red Pill Reddit, which is reddit.com/r/thereddit. Yeah. And I made a lot of threads there. And people kept private messaging me and forum replying to me and saying, you should make your own blog. The things I was saying to the forum, and based on the feedback I had from the forum, telling me you need to make your own blog, because if Reddit removes this forum, this knowledge will be lost forever. You need your own independent platform to make a blog. So I did.
Right.
And that's why.
Okay, good stuff. Let me ask you another question, and this is a question that I get from men who are new to the red pill just about every day, is what would you advise men who are new to the red pill to do on day one? I get a lot of questions like, hey, Donovan, I'm new to the red pill, or hey, Donovan, I walked in on my girlfriend getting butt fucked by, the big city DJ, or hey, Donovan, I caught my wife sucking the dick of my neighbor, whatever the case may be. I'm new. I bought into the red pill. I know that all women are like that. I know that most of them are slutty. What would you advise men to do on day one and thereafter to assimilate themselves into the red pill lifestyle?
So, if you just found the red pill, what are the first few things you should do to get your life in order? Okay, so there's a few things that. So we assume that So let's assume you've fallen in love with a woman, and it's not worked out. So you've typed some shit in Google, and you found the red pill because you typed some shit in Google in your emotional anguish after the fact that things have not worked out with your girl. What do you do now? Okay. There's a few things that strike my mind as imminent. The first thing would be your physicality. Are you fat?
Right.
Or are you skinny? Because if you're small, you can't change your height. No man can change his height. Your height is a blessing or a curse, either way. You can't change it. But no matter how long you've been a fat motherfucker or how long you've been a skinny motherfucker, you can change your muscularity. So if you're fat, you can become muscular. If you're skinny and bony, you can become muscular. That is possible. I promise you that it's possible. The only thing you can't change is your height. That's the only thing you can't change. So that's the number one. So how does one change their physical appearance? How does one change their stature? So, yeah, testosterone levels are pretty low these days. Black men have the highest testosterone levels. So I don't know if it's going to be controversial. It probably is controversial. But it's not controversial.
Whatever. You don't have to worry about being politically correct on this show, man.
I don't. I'm just fucking shit. Something like this. If you're not black, you probably need some kind of testosterone therapy. Probably. Right, so in America, they use nanograms per deciliter as the measurement for testosterone level. If my testosterone level was under 800 nanograms per deciliter, and how do I know what my level is? Well, you get blood tests that tell you what your total testosterone is, what your SHBG is, which is your sex hormone binding globulin, and SHBG is how much of the testosterone in your body is binded by proteins and how much is available to your bloodstream. So,
right. In other words, how much are you using? How much is available?
Right. So how much exists in your body and how much of what exists in your body is giving you benefit by circulating in your bloodstream. And blacks have the highest total and free testosterone level. That doesn't mean there aren't black dudes out there who need help, because there probably are some faggot feeling black dudes out there who need some help. But there's always that guy, but the probability is a lot lower than if you're white. If you're Asian, well, yeah, you probably really need some help.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm not trying to be an asshole.
No, listen, hey, look, the truth. Listen, man, listen. The truth is the truth. Black men have higher testosterone levels than white men. That's all there is to it. And it would appear that Asian men have the lowest testosterone levels of all men. So that doesn't mean if you're an Asian, you can't stand to benefit from testosterone replacement therapy. The key is to even the playing field. So if you have to stick that needle in your butt, then so be it. There's no better investment than investing in yourself. And just like you said, and I agree with you 100%, the first thing that men need to do in terms of their red pill renaissance is get your body right. I just wrote a column for Return of Kings that actually, I think it posted this past Thursday, about the 4 things that I do to maintain an elite physique. And what I explained was that the changes that I made in my body was the single most important thing I did in my red pill renaissance / awakening. You can be listen, not everybody is Biggie Smalls, okay? You can be the notorious B.I.G., the late great Biggie Smalls. I'm sure he had all the game in the world. He was swimming in pussy because he had status. But for the rest of, regular average men like yourself and me, we got to even the odds somehow. So the first thing you should do in terms of attracting women, you got to change your physicality. Very, very good advice.
All right. One thing, if I had a son, if I was speaking to I don't have any children, but if I pretend I had a son right now and he was 15 or 16 years old, do you know what I'd say to him? I'd say, women will say they don't care about how men look. They only care about how men behave. A lying motherfucker. They care about how you look. They complain. They say, "Oh, men only care about how we look, and we have more substance. We care more about than how a person looks. We want to know about that person." Yeah, well, you know what? Men care about your personality too. After they evaluate your looks, well, women are the fucking same. They pretend they're not.
Exactly right. You're exactly right, and it's so funny. I know you hear this all. I know you hear this all the time. Tell me if you haven't heard this before. I'm not like other women. Like when I hear that, like I'm not like most women, I crack the fuck up. Just because you have some sort of quirk about yourself that you think might be special, I think to myself, bitch, you're just like all of them out there. Okay, so your eyes are a different color, or so you like to wear quirky clothes. The only thing I'm concerned with are 2 things. Are you fuckable and are you tolerable? That's it. I couldn't give less of a shit about anything else. It does not matter. If you look good and suck my cock good and you don't give me a fucking headache every 10 minutes, we might be able to do something. Other than that, after I do the dirty deed, I'm going to bounce like a bad check, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
You are listening to the Sharpe Reality Live with Donovan Sharpe and special guest here, Illimitable Man of IllimitableMan.com. He can be found on Twitter at Illimitable Man, and you can find all of his writing on IllimitableMan.com. Let's go to the phone lines here with area code 718. He's been holding here for about 10 minutes. Area code 718, you are live on the air with Donovan Sharpe and Illimitable Men. Hello, area code 718.
Hello.
Okay, well, I guess area code 718, I guess he got a little bit of stage fright. Got a question here for you. Daniel in California asks, I'm 34 and just found the red pill. This is just what we talked about. What should I do first? Get fit, then learn game, or vice versa, or do both at the same time? Thanks for what you guys do.
So, what I would do, I was 34 years old. I just found the red pill. I would acquaint myself with the barbell and disregard anyone who watches me while I acquaint myself with the barbell. So I would form a relationship with the barbell. It would be about me and the barbell. What weight can I lift? What motions am I performing? What exercises am I doing? That would be. I know this sounds entirely fucking abstract, but it's not. It's important to your mindset and how you feel and how you behave as a man. So your ancestors were fucking declaring war and roaming fucking jungles and plains and all kinds of shit, and you probably sit in a fucking house all day, or you sit in an office or whatever. You probably don't move as much as your ancestors did, so you need to find a way to move as much as your ancestors did to get the same hormonal beliefs that they did, which means you need to go to the gym, or if you don't go to the gym and you have your own home gym, you need to lift weights at home. That's the first. Now, the second thing is most men are not very cunning people. They are not cunning. They don't understand mind games and all this kind of stuff very well. So if let's pretend I'm not I am, and I found I found the red pill tomorrow, and I read it for 1 week. I'm not I am, but I knew what I am knows. What would I do? I would start lifting like fuck. I would buy a copy of the 48 Laws of Power for about $15, whatever the fuck it costs now. I would read the fuck out of it. And I would get a blood panel done to see what my testosterone levels are. And if they are under 800, I would look at injecting myself with the, I know most men don't like needles. I don't like needles either. Needles aren't nice, right? But how do I frame it? The more testosterone you have, the more confident and assertive you are, and the more of a man you feel in your heart. That is the most direct and simple way I can put it. I make no money from saying this. If you went to your doctor and asked, should I have more testosterone? He would say it will increase your chances of prostate cancer or whatever. He has to cover his own ass in case you sue him. I don't give a shit. You can't sue me. I'm in England for a start. If you try to sue me, then I'm in England. I'm not even in your jurisdiction. So fuck you.
You can't sue me.
Right. Like to sue me, you have to extradite me. To extradite me, you have to get you have to get my government to agree with your government that I'm a big enough threat to put me on a plane and send you into your jurisdiction so you can subject me to the fucking bullshit of your or one of your local courts.
And before that, you gotta find me first. Let me go back to what you said earlier. You said girls are far more advanced in the game. One thing that I have always, or one thing that I've recently always talked about, is how further advanced females are as far as the red pill is concerned. Females are naturally red pill aware. They understand the game before any male. They understand, because here's the thing. They understand from a very young age that people of the opposite sex, men, are attracted to them. At a young age, they don't quite know that they have something, but they know that they have something. They don't know what it is, but they know they have something that men want. And the older they get, the more naturally aware they become. Hey, I can get X, Y, Z just because I have a vagina and men are attracted to me. I had a conversation with a friend of mine a while back, and it was actually a woman. I was telling her that girls are in the game for so much longer because they mature so much faster than boys. This is why if you have if you have a boy and a girl, both 18 years of age, the 18-year-old girl is so far advanced, so much more advanced than the 18-year-old man. She can run circles around this guy. And the oldest woman he's probably ever fucked is her, who is 18 years old. The 18-year-old girl probably been fucking 25 and 26-year-olds. So girls from a very young age understand the game and how it works. And this is why men have to learn game. We're constantly playing catch-up, and men like yourself and me, we know the game, but we're trying to get other men out there to say, hey, look, catch up. Like the things that you're learning and discovering about women and men, women have known this for years. This is why they seem to be so much further along in their sex lives as most men. And you know the rule. Ask any man how many women he's fucked, and you divide that number by 3. Ask any woman how many men she's been fucked by, and you can multiply that number by 15.
Oh, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. You're saying man a man exaggerates the number of women he's had sex with, and a
course.
woman downplays the men. Yeah, but the thing, right? So a woman having sex is like a man who owns a casino who downplays the amount he gambles. When you own the casino, so if you lose the money, it's your money anyway because you own the establishment, right?
Right.
Where it's like women, they complain about double standards. They say, or when a man has